Alrighty, so if you guys haven't seen the Fury or the Roar of the Dragon weapon set, I do recommend go watching that. I had a lot of fun with them. The shotgun, however, probably was very underwhelming, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't go watch the video, because the shotgun is still a part of the weapon set, and you should have your own opinion, and maybe you find a loadout that works for you. But I'm not going to spoil the video. Go watch it for yourself. However, today we are covering the Dragon's Claw. Now, the Dragon's Claw is a part of the Dragon weapon set. You can get them from Lunar Llamas, which are currently out right now at the time of the recording. But the Dragon's Claw is pretty much the sniper of the I guess of the group of the weapons that we're going over. And I'm not a big fan of snipers. Now, there are very few snipers like the Obliterator that really have just kind of taken over like defender spots and just overall Fortnite wise whenever it comes to using sniper rifles. But I don't really use them. I don't like having to scope in a weapon to, you know, shoot an enemy and just shooting one bullet per like every few seconds, or like, you know, holding the, you know, you have to like shoot it whenever you scope down. I'm not a big fan of. However, giving it to defenders might be a good idea. I plan on giving it to the defenders to see if they can actually do something. And with this weapon, it also has that special 6 perk of the set, which is the Roman candles. So maybe it makes a difference. You kind of have like an explosion, and it has that built-in affliction, sort of built-in affliction, without an actual affliction perk. So I don't know, it may be good. You can get it from Lunar Llamas, like I said, Dragon's Claw, of course. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the weapons. The perks itself, you probably already looked at. We got a crit rating, reload, crit damage, basic build. And then we have damage to stun, staggered, frozen, or knockdown targets. And then, of course, like I said, the Roman candles, which basically give you an extra explosion, which I've been enjoying. That special 6 perk, or even secret 6 perk, because a lot of people don't know about it, has been really fun to use. Anyways, let's get into the actual loadout. Now, if you checked out any like the Heartbreaker loadout video or a Heartbreaker video, you probably can see that the loadout's pretty much the same, but instead of running Quickscope in lead, or Redline Ramirez, we're running Rabbit Raider Jonesy in lead, because he actually increases your sniper critical damage, since the build that we have is a crit build. So we're going to be running him in lead, and everything's pretty much the same. We have Blast from the Past, Story and Hide, Story and Might. We got Locked and Reloaded, Quickscope in Coconuts for getting that extra health back. So should be fun. I am going to give it defenders. So like I said, otherwise let's actually just get into the mission. So we're going to be running a Cat 4. Yeah, pretty fun today. I need some legendary perk up, so that's nice. Yeah, these servers have been horrible, very laggy recently, so it's kind of rough. So if at any point in the game or in the video, if there's a little lag, just know that they, hopefully by the time I record more videos, they fix it. But otherwise, Cat 4, I think, yeah, just metal corrosion, lightning storm, acid pulse, nothing really crazy. So, but let's just get right into it. Alrighty, so we're in the mission, and I was testing the weapon just real quick just to see. Now, apparently this weapon actually is a projectile kind of weapon. When you shoot it, it doesn't actually have initial damage. It kind of has like a charge up, and you have to wait. Kind of like the boom bow, but the boom bow does do damage on the initial hit, I believe. But it also has that extra explosion. This one just has an explosion, and it's actually not too bad against like crowds of enemies. If you kind of just wait and they kind of group up, you can actually eliminate them pretty easily. And it has that bottle rocket 6 perk, which is pretty fun, because if they're in the group of enemies, we're actually doing a lot more. Like, look at that. One little explosion, the little bottle rockets would probably have to finish off the other enemies. And it isn't too bad so far. I don't think this would be very good against like smashers, mist monsters, because unless if the bigger target's around more enemies, then maybe it would do pretty good. But so far, I don't know, kind of nice. I think the explosion is very interesting for a sniper rifle. And since it's a sniper, it takes the sniper ammo. So we will have to see in the actual defense, which we'll get into. Alrighty, so we just started the mission. Now, like I said, I wanted to give it to some defenders and to see what it actually did. Now, luckily, there's an open kind of area over here where the sniper defenders can actually shoot enemies. And considering that sniper defenders actually target heads when it comes to HUSKS, it actually might be a really good thing to have a or just to have an explosive weapon like this, because, you know, hitting the heads do more damage, and then the explosion probably will kill it. And it is actually kind of interesting to see how it is so far. Let's just testing it out on the Smasher. Now, by itself, honestly, against Smashers, like I said, it probably won't do that much. I mean, I don't have a Mist Monster or a Miniboss perk on it for the 5th perk. I have the it does more damage to staggered, frozen, or stunned enemies. So I'm not going to be doing a lot of damage to those. But like these like squishy husks, basic husks, it's probably going to do a lot more damage if I hit them. I mean, you know, group enemies like right here, like I shoot it, it'll probably clear that entire, like, oh yeah, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. Like, shoot it right here, clear the entire group of enemies. Okay. I know the steel electric field hit that, but I mean, it's not doing too bad. Like, groups of enemies is where this is at, if I can actually hit them. The thing about a projectile weapon, sometimes it's hard to hit enemies that it's kind of like the vacuum tube bow. It kind of is like a projectile weapon, almost, just about, sort of, but in reality it's not. It just sometimes misses, which is kind of annoying. I am taking unnecessary damage from these love lobbers, which I don't like. Let's just shoot that love lobber. Let's go. Love lobber gone. Group of enemies gone. Now, the one thing that actually I brought up, or was thinking about, is whenever it comes to shielders, because shielders might not, you know, it might not do anything against shielders, but I don't know if who's shooting there, but I wanted to see if shielders were actually going to be a problem, because most weapons don't have like the Xeon bow where you can just shoot through shielders and eliminate them pretty easily, but most weapons don't have that piercing effect, and this is an explosive weapon, so I was wondering if it would actually do a lot more damage to a shielder if I just shoot a regular husk. So like right here, if I can actually see it, like, yeah, see, like, yeah, okay, well, it doesn't do too bad. And then the bottle rockets finish off the rest of the enemies. I think with Warcry, I wonder if it'll be any, like, better, because, you know, I'm going to be shooting faster. Yeah, that's not too bad. I think the one downside is I feel like I do have to scope in, because I don't see where the bottle rocket is going. Like, you can see it on the enemies, but you can't see when it shoots, which kind of bothers me. And then even scoped in, you kind of see where it shoots. It's so fast that you can barely see it. But like, it doesn't, it's not that bad. Like, when it explodes, you're doing a lot more damage because of the staggered or knockdown enemies. You know, you're doing more damage with that 5th perk. So it's not too bad. Now, let me check on these defenders, because I want to see if, yeah, see. So defenders, they target the head. So like, you can see that they are, okay, well, they're actually, it wasn't shooting. So I wonder if they are targeting the enemies, but since it doesn't have piercing, it can't go through builds like the Obliterator or the Xeon bow. So that's actually kind of interesting. Now, you never should, oh, why did Musician take one of my defenders away? That's messed up. Now, you should never give a defender a Xeon bow because they don't fully charge it. But when it comes to the Obliterator, they can shoot through builds and they can hit the head, which is the reason why Obliterators are probably the best weapon to give to defenders, alongside with the Blastron 9000. I think that's what a Blastron 6000. Oh, I forgot which one with the name of it, but it's still both good, both of them. But I don't know, this weapon so far, like I said, group enemies really fun. Like, bam, it does that extra damage. I think when the bottle rockets drop down, it does a lot more. Like, it's a lot more damage because of those bottle rockets. But without it, it's kind of underwhelming. I don't know. When you do hit it, it does do the damage that you need. But I think the projectiles kind of slow shooting. Maybe a fire rate. I think this weapon can have a fire rate on it. I think currently the one that I have is not a fire rate. Yeah, it's a reload speed. So maybe instead of reload, a fire rate would probably be a little bit better, just because how slow it shoots in between each shot. It kind of like a second delay. But explosion is not too bad. Like right there, a lob right there. I could probably just shoot it. It'll land on it, and then bam, just dead. Yeah, it doesn't. That wasn't too bad. And then the bottle rockets will take over the area damage. I think with the special 6 perk or the secret 6 perk, it is very good when it actually spawns in. But the fact that it takes 8 seconds in between most shots and you still have a chance of spawning them in, that's where it's kind of like annoying. Now, with defenders, I don't know if they actually avoid that cooldown. I think they only avoid 6 perk cooldowns. But since this is like I wonder actually if, yeah. I wonder if it does hit enemies. Let me put a defender on the ground. So, yeah, it does spawn them in. I wasn't shooting, and it did spawn it in. Because I wonder if a defender would actually, whatchamacallit, I wonder if it would avoid that 6 perk cooldown. I want to see. I'm gonna put a defender down on the ground, and hopefully I can keep it alive long enough to see if it actually has that effect. Because it'd be pretty cool to have like just infinite bottle rockets Now, I don't want this defender to die, so let's try to keep it alive here. Let's keep it alive. Ah, it just died. Dang. Yeah, love lobbers are against me right now. They're gonna hurt this defender really badly. It does have that aim though. Let's see. Okay. So it spawns in there. Gosh, can this love lobber knock it off? I want to see if he has the infinite bottle rockets. Because the 6 perk would be cool if he just had a thing like that. I think it's pretty cool. Oh, the mini boss spawned in. Ah, it's trap vulnerable. Ah, man, I wanted to see if it would be any cool with whatchamacallit, with that 6 perk. See if the sniper would actually do something against it. It's a little sad, but I don't know. I'm having fun with this weapon. I think by itself, like just a secondary weapon, kind of like you know, like how you run a Xeon bow, and then maybe you run like a discharge or something kind of like that. I think it would be pretty fun to have just like a secondary weapon like this. If you just wanted to have fun in a 160 or just any mission, it's not too bad. I kind of enjoy it. If it wasn't for the slow shooting in between shots and the heavy cooldown on the bottle rockets, I think it would fairly be a great weapon to use casually. But with those in mind, with like other weapons like the Xeon bow or the obliterator they can give the defenders, I'd probably choose that over this. But for a fun weapon and for a weapon that you could try out to see if you like, I think this is a good weapon. I honestly, I'm kind of enjoying it. Now, it's very underwhelming against like mist monsters and smashers, like I said, but those bottle rockets actually do a lot of damage, and just using it for fun, you know. The point of the series is to have fun in 160s, try to make the most out of doing a mission that you do over and over, you know, for a long time. So I don't know, kind of interesting to see. There's a taker. Let me see if I can get an explosion on that. Yeah, look at that. That's kind of nice. Now, one thing that I did not talk about, actually, and since it's the last second, I probably should talk about it. This weapon, surprisingly enough, doesn't have built-in affliction. Now, it could be a glitch, or maybe it's designed not to have that built-in affliction, like the Fury or the Roar, but it doesn't have that affliction, if you didn't notice it throughout the video. But that's it. That's pretty much it. I honestly, I'd say go try this weapon out for yourself. Open some Lunar Llamas, get the sniper, test it out yourself, give it a defenders. Let me know what you think of it. Otherwise, that is it for this video. You guys have an amazing day. Remember, go check out the other Dragon's Weapons set videos that I have out. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next one.